Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore. How are we going to get organized? Isn't that one of the biggest problems we all have? Getting organized, staying organized, it is a big problem. Well, there is someone here today with me who's going to talk about her company and how she can help you get organized and dispel the 3 myths that people have when it comes to being and staying organized. My friend Jackie Citerony is here with Label Me Organized. How are you doing today?
Hi, Brian. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Well, thank you for coming.
Welcome.
As a card-carrying member of the ADHD Club, this has been an issue for me. I know it's an issue for a lot of people. Why did you start this company?
I started this company because I thought it was a great way to help people. I enjoy organizing, and it brought me a lot of calm as I raised my children, who were 2 boys, rambunctious twins, and there were not a lot of calm moments. So when I could, I would organize a drawer. The junk drawer was my favorite, and that would sort of bring me a little sense of peace. And now that they're almost grown, I enjoy helping other people, especially busy moms, busy people who just need some calm in their life.
Yeah, I'll bet. So, and we have this little thing here. You can see it on camera here. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on, but I like to have these little props.
Okay.
Everyone has a junk drawer, obviously, and a lot of people have more than one junk drawer. They have a lot of stuff, and it's hard to keep it organized. So I'm glad that you put this, this company together to really help people, and I'm sure it creates a sense of calm for the people you work with too.
Definitely. What I hear most when we're all finished with a project is, I can breathe now. And it's sort of interesting because people don't know why they can't relax or can't enjoy their relaxing moments. But really, when everything around you is organized and sorted and you know where to find it and where to put it away, you do feel a lot better. And then your brain is clear to take on other things.
Yeah, you can have some space in there. So speaking of space, we're going to jump into the 3 myths. The first myth is people think to get organized, they have to get rid of all their stuff. Maybe not all of their stuff, but a lot of their stuff because they have too much of it. Is that true?
It's true that that's what people think. And I hear that a lot. We've seen some really interesting TV shows where all of the things are being carted out, sometimes kind of against the will of the person. It's absolutely not true. I work with people to uncover what it is that's most important to them. That may be a collection of seashells from their travels around the world. That may be some family photographs that are taking up space, but they don't know what to do with all of them. It's just overwhelming. So once we identify what it is that's most important to them, we can set goals around what is not important. And it makes things really clear. So a lot of what I do is I listen. I listen for things people really want to keep, and we honor those things. If something your grandmother gave you is important, let's take it out of the box in the tissue paper, or let's put it in a picture frame and put it on the wall and enjoy it. And that serves as our guide, right? If you want to display the collection, we're going to make room by getting rid of the things that really don't matter to you.
Right.
But it's not my choice. It's my client's choice all the time. I will never tell somebody that they have to get rid of anything.
Right. Now, a lot of the clients I work with are usually downsizing, seniors downsizing and moving into maybe a senior living situation or a smaller home. And in that case, they will have to probably release a lot of things. But probably a lot of the homes that you go into, they're not moving. They just want their current space to be better. And so they don't necessarily have to get rid of everything, but you can also bring in tools like boxes and things like that. When you were doing my Senior 101 class, you were talking about different organizing systems and stuff to take what people already have and just organize it.
Right. Especially things like pictures in picture frames. They may be old picture frames. Let's remove the picture from the picture frame and we can put it in a book, or we can make a file, a digital file on your phone, and you can always have that to look at. Right. But sometimes just the big clunky frame takes up a lot of space.
Absolutely. Get a smaller frame. A lot of people, we'll get into myth number 2, feel that, well, why would I even do this? Because it's just going to get messy again. It's just going to get disorganized again. But that's not really true. It doesn't have to be true.
It doesn't have to be true. I think the organizing systems that fail do so because they don't take into account the human element, the person and how they think. So it's really important to understand why a system is not working. It may look beautiful. There are a lot of really beautiful things out on Pinterest and on TV, but if it doesn't follow the path of your day, if it doesn't track the way your brain tracks, then it's not going to work for you no matter how beautiful it looks.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And everyone's different.
Everyone is different.
So you can't necessarily do the same system for one as another. Like you said, your first priority is to listen and hear what they're telling you and maybe how they go about their day.
That's right.
So you know, okay, well, you're going to need this here, and it's going to stay that way because that's how they think.
That's exactly right. And that's actually an important fact, is that the right place for something is not where I think it is, your organizer. It's where you will go to look for it.
Ah.
So it may be strange and it may be unique, but if your brain knows to go to that spot, that's where you're going to go. So let's make a spot, let's put a label on it, and that is the home for that item.
Got it. Okay. Myth number 3, and again, I'm a card-carrying member of the ADHD club, and you and I kind of joke about that.
Right.
And we'll talk about this guy. But, well, I have ADHD. This is the myth. So why even bother?
I get that. I really do. And I think there's a sense of overwhelm that comes along with neurodivergence. There are superpowers that people with ADHD and neurodivergence have, but it's important to uncover what those are. I'll tell you a story. I had a client, her name is Jess. She gave me permission to use her name yesterday, and she had a monumental task ahead of her. She needed to take her home and convert it into a vacation rental in 1 week.
Wow.
And at the beginning of our meeting, she shared with me, and bravely so, that she had anxiety. And I know you're talking about ADHD, but I can't help but feel like they
Absolutely,
can go hand in hand,
for sure.
right? And I was so honored that she would share that with me, and I took it very seriously. So I just thought we would get to know one another, and we went on a tour of her home. Well, very quickly, I discovered that Jess had beautifully inventoried every cabinet in her home and had a typed up outline for her future guests of what was in every one of those cabinets. So I knew right then and there that her superpower was micro-organizing. So I realized that if I could take the bigger things off of her plate, that she would likely have no problem. Many clients do not work side by side with me, and that is probably going to get the best result in the end, because I just get to go in and do what I think is right.
Do your magic.
But sometimes people are inspired to work with me, and together Jess and I were a powerhouse. And I tackled the bigger things, and I had her go through everything, decide what to keep and what not to keep. And within a few hours, my SUV was loaded up with donations. She had no problem getting rid of the things that she thought she would, and she did a fantastic job. So just by listening and by tapping into what her superpower was, I knew that we were going to be fine.
And be successful. And so how does this guy work in that realm?
That's a good question. Well, this is actually mine. And this is something I do for clients. It's a little backpack, a tiny, tiny backpack. What's it, like the size of 3 eggs, 5 eggs, right? And it fits in the palms of my 2 hands. And I find that as a mom and a busy person, it's hard to find things. The keys, the AirPods, the driver's license, the wallet, you name it, right? So my brain spent a lot of years running around looking for things. And of course, my priority was dressing the boys and getting them in the car and into school on time, which that in and of itself is a very tall task for any parent. So just recently, I decided that this is my home base now. So in it, we have the AirPods, a very small flat wallet with the driver's license and my main credit card, my car key, which I don't need to start the car, and even my supplements that I'm supposed to take with lunch. Now, what I will tell you is that almost every one of the items in this bag has a tracker on it. And this is such a great way to take advantage of your phone, right?
Absolutely.
We're all so connected to our phones. So it's really cool. And your kids can do this too, right? If they're of age to have a cell phone, you can put an Apple AirTag or a tile tracker on, and they can go around with their phone and find it. And it's like a little Easter egg hunt,
Yeah.
And your phone now will tell you exactly how many feet and in which direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be actually kind of fun, and it's a great way to empower your children to take care of their own things.
Right.
While you have your little home base,
Mm-hmm.
and your day is going to go smoother 100% because you know you have what you need.
Right. It holds the essentials,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously a woman might have a purse or a man might have a purse with other stuff in it, but this is you grab and go, and you're going to be okay.
That's right. And the beauty of it is a woman can, or anybody can drop it in their bag,
Right.
And know that your car will start and you have your AirPods for the long drive, and it just makes life easier.
Yeah, for sure. Jackie, thank you so much for dispelling those myths. Jackie's information is on screen, so you can see her website and her phone number. Obviously, if you're listening on a podcast, you can't, but it's in the caption, so you can read that. Visit her website, give her a call, even just to talk about how you can maybe get better organized, or have her come in. They do garages, the whole 9 yards to get you fully organized and breathe again. Jackie, thank you.
Thank you, Bryan.